And we are live. Welcome to the Manor Entropians, Julian McBain here. And today we are going to be doing some Monria dailies. I've already got a good chunk of the hunting cultists done from yesterday, but we're going to finish this up and then we're going to go do the yogs. And then we're going to see how much time we have left. My goal is to stream for about an hour, maybe a little longer. Is this the way down? No, that is not the way down. This one has all the terminals, so it's a little further over. And if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself bouncing down a cliff, which is not so much fun. Are you kidding me? Okay. Looks like I went the long way around. That's okay. Whoops. Bring up our handy dandy fireballs. How much does this have? Oh, we still have quite a bit left on that particular chip. That's good. We're not hunting leprechauns tonight. No, thank you. I mean, we'll take them out if we have to, but I'd like to avoid hunting leprechauns. I might have to come out here and harvest them for a bit. Not quite sure how I feel about that. Although I guess I'd feel less guilty if I was out harvesting. Oh, come on, keep attacking. Harvesting bristle hogs. They're a much more farm animal, or porcupine, with electrical attack. Whereas leprechauns resemble people, because they're fairies. I gotta say, I really enjoy using Mind Force. I wish that I would remember to use Mind Force more often. No, don't attack the leprechaun. I'm hoping I didn't aggro that one. I got a little close. I gotta wonder. That's gotta be his face. But I know that the Monria helmets look like that too. So, I mean, is it a mask? Is it like an 8-bit theater where they cut off their own heads and attach a larva to it that takes over their bodies, but it still has their personality, some weird shit like that? I've had this damn hitch in my throat all afternoon. No, he's gonna make me kill him. Sad face. And I had to do it in front of another leprechaun, too. That's horrible. I'm just a terrible person. Of course, you probably all knew that already. Another one. Hey, wait a second. The mob is bigger than the pet. What the hell? Come on. There we go. And time to take out another leprechaun. Not really my goal, but it is what it is. I don't even think there is a killing leprechauns daily. I think you do get a daily for harvesting them, or for taming them. Hey, Victor. Not a whole lot. Out doing Monria dailies today, so we're doing the cultist one first, and then I'm going to spin back and do the yogs, I believe. What are you up to, man? Oh, you know what? I really should pop a skill pill. I actually leveled up like a whole level of pyrokinetic yesterday. That was pretty awesome. Which I'm not used to leveling that quickly because, you know, I'm used to doing my sword, which is level 40 now, I think. 42. But now I want to be a wizard. You're a wizard, Julian. Ooh. I'll get worried if someone the size of Chewbacca, about the same amount of hair, walks up to me. That would be an amusing Easter egg. You make it to a certain level in Mind Force, and not Hagrid comes popping out of nowhere and says, "You're a wizard." God, I'm such a dork. I find it very interesting that the Monria dailies have such a long progress bar, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because it forces the players to gain the skills. They just don't, like, burn through it all the time. Oh, you're out hunting Aatrox. Are you up on Jura Plateau in Cali? No, I should be. Yeah, I'm... Oh, you know what? It's because I'm on a different planet. If you're on a different planet, then... Even if you're on Monria, which is technically a moon, then I won't register as being online. At least as far as I can tell. Although that may not be the case. I don't know. It seems to work sometimes. And it is possible that you didn't add me. Which you're more than welcome to. Oh, you're an on-land, okay. You know, I think this would be really cool in VR. And I know that MindArc has started adding VR support. Unfortunately, I don't have a headset. That's on the wish list for the next year or two. But I do think it's going to be very cool once they do, you know, once all of the integration and the bugs are all worked out. And if I do manage to, you know, get myself a headset sometime in the next decade, if it's still in testing, I'd be more than happy to be one of the guinea pigs. I have a Google Dreamscape? What the hell is it called? I'll figure it out. It's like Dreamwear or Dreamscape. Daydream. Google Daydream. Which is a mobile VR headset with a one controller that you can interact with the VR world. And that's pretty cool. I mean, considering the limitations of the platform, they did a damn good job, and it's extremely immersive. Like you're there. And it doesn't matter if the graphics are cartoon. But it's amazing. I'd love to see that for Entropia University. Yes, Victor, from what I can tell, from what I'm given to understand, if you go to like a major teleporter on Calypso, you can use the map and drop down to teleport to Monria and back. or at least to the space station, just so you'd be going from Calypso to space, and then you click on Monria space station. I don't know the entirety of how that works. I'm simply operating off what I was told. I have not tried it because I'm not interested in spending 7 ped to move it, to do that. I'll just jump in my quad wing and fly over. I'll run the risk of dealing with pirates, which apparently are making a comeback. They've apparently figured out where the boundaries of safe zones are now that they've been moved. But yes, no, all that information on teleporting to and from Monria to Cali and back, that all came from other players. I have not tried it myself, so take it with a grain of salt until you can verify for yourself if that's true. You know, space would be a lot of fun to do a live stream in, but because of the... Yes, really 7 ped to teleport. It's the same as if you're going from ground to space to a space station. That's the cost. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Oh, looks like DME emailed me back. I'll have to check that out later. Oh! You're the Soviet Russian. Which would make sense by the name. I've seen you kicking around on Cali quite a few times, actually, whether it's in chat or I think I've run across you in hunting. Which I guess isn't a huge surprise. It's not like Entropia is a gigantic community. I mean, yeah, there's 1.1 million active accounts. Maybe it's 1.2 by now. But if you're talking regular players, it's probably, what, maybe 10% of that? If I have one complaint, it's the fact that the red bar crawls up so slowly. And even that's not a true complaint. To everybody watching, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Manor. We are out hunting cultists, and these guys should cough up Chapter 3, and it's been confirmed by many players and by DME that they do not have to be done in order, like I initially thought. I thought I had read on the Entropia forums that you did. I may have misread it, or it might have been old information. I would have to go check again to verify. Either way, I was incorrect. You can get them in any order. And then it occurred to me how dumb I was being, refusing to do the dailies when I'm out here hunting these guys anyway. And frankly, it was really dumb of me. Speaking of which, I do have... Yeah, cultists, okay. We're gonna track that. And we'll turn off Shoggoth for the moment. So I'm not hunting Shoggoth at the moment. I'm really interested to see where Team Monria goes with all the plot with this. And I've got to read through the copious amounts of fluff that they have included on the Monria forums. If you're considering coming to Monria, or if you're new to Monria, go to monria.com, check out the forum, check out all of the wealth of information. It's a fantastic place. And no, I am not sponsored by Monria. I just really enjoyed my time there. That'd be cool, though. Come on. There we go. No. Nothing like throwing a fistful of fire at your enemies. I gotta wonder, have I finally maxed this sucker out? No, Mind Force, not weapons. No, I still have 2 more attacks per minute that I can level it up. And it looks like my range is still just a little shy. The ancillary stats are still growing. But we're almost there. And then my next one be Nano Chip 4, I suppose. Which of course will make all this go faster. I love how my cryogenic is leveling up, and I know it has to do with the ancillary skills I'm doing, but at the same time, it's like, how do you get good at shooting ice, throwing ice at your enemy? Well, throw fireballs at them for a while. Thank you all for joining me. Welcome to the manor. For those of you who just popped in, we are currently doing the Monria Dailies while also grinding out the DSEC missions, while also trying to acquire the 4 chapters. The only thing I think I can't handle at this point are the shubs, which at some point I think I'm going to do. I'm not sure if that's going to be just a video or if I'm going to live stream me going into the cave and trying to face those suckers again. Because I'm quite a bit more powerful than I was the last time I went hunting shubs, although one of the things I do need to do is I need to invest in plates. 5 Bs, man. I still haven't done it, and I know it's negatively impacting my ability to tank. But it is what it is. How's my health? Oh, I have broken 158. Or 148. Which means my total right now is 160. Because I have the ring that gives me 12 HP. That's another thing I need to look at upgrading is I have this ring, which is the 30% regen and the 12 points of health. I would love the next one up. But these things, the expense of these rings grows geometrically. And that gets expensive fast. But I can still afford to add 1 more ring. And I've got that ring. And you know me, I'm big on tanking. I ever fuel my hover pod up? No fuel. Okay, hover pod's empty, and the Jeep is running out. And I left all my oil on Calypso, wouldn't you know? pyrokinesis is just skyrocketing. Hunting with a Mind Force chip here, it just, your Mind Force abilities just skyrocket. And I know it's probably like that with all skills, and it's been so long since I've been low level that I just don't remember it being that quick. But here we are. Shit. Like, when did this happen? I've got 100,000 plus skill points. I'm level 42. I remember when fighting the level 3 Barry Cled over by... Oh, what the hell is the name of the... Levis Outpost up in Corinth was tough. Heal up a little bit. That's another thing I need to look at is a restorative chip 6. Although you get, I believe you get one for doing Mission Galactica. I do believe you get one for doing Mission Galactica, and that is something I'm going to have to do at some point. Maybe I'll do that later this year, or at least start it. It's 10 rather grindy missions, from what I understand. And for part of it, you have to find the Dread Pirate Castamere, who's on an asteroid, which I visited. It's way the hell over by Toulon, which is pretty much an hour flight from Calypso. No joke. Like a real hour flight. Flying to Toulon, I pretty much had a book in my lap, and I think I was either watching a show or had a book that I was reading, and I just sat there and read or watched the show. I think I might have been watching a show that time. It was yeah, I was watching a show. It was an anime. I think I was watching Devil as a Part-Timer, and I made it through almost 3 episodes before we got there from Calypso. It's like, are you kidding me? Good thing I had an in-flight movie. I know I'm wearing my weeb on my sleeve. Quite alright. Almost there. We are almost there. I wonder what the actual count is. I should pay attention when I do the Yogg quest after we're done with these cultists. So once the cultists are done, of which we should probably have a handful left before we finish, I'm going to go turn it in. And I'm going to take a 5-minute break. And then we're going to do the whole Yogg mission. And just see how many Yoggs it takes to complete the daily. We're doing pretty okay. No, we've been at it for 20 minutes, though. That's not nothing. Not a complaint, mind you, but... yeah, that's... It's true, still no chapters, but from what I understand, there's supposed to be wicked rare drops. Yes, that is true. The bigger the mob, the faster you complete the daily. But I have to hunt within my limitations too. And I'm trying to level another skill chip. Or not a skill chip, but I'm trying to level a new skill. If I pulled out my LB35, I would be tearing through these guys really quick. But I wouldn't be gaining the skills the way I'm gaining with the Mind Force. Oh, so you're one of the people who got the horns. Are you Monrian born? What's the A? Or what's the A? Come on. Oh my gosh. There's like one sliver of... If you look closer, there's like this 1 pixel wide sliver of incomplete bar. It is a nice place to visit. Monria will always have a special place in my heart. It reminds me of a place I used to live that I really, really love living at. And no, that doesn't mean the moon. Finally. There we go. Screw it. We're going to use the sleep near and just hop up. Return to Colonel Wang. What a name. Which they're Irish, so I don't know if that's a deliberate joke or if it was from before. Okay. So we got our tokens, which there are 2. Honestly, doing the dailies on Monria will get you the daily tokens so much faster than I found on Calypso. But that might be because I've only found a couple of dailies on Calypso. Like, I don't do the crafting dailies and the hunting dailies. Every time I pick up a hunting daily, it's something I'm not able to hunt, although that was a while ago. You can do the Argonauts at Argonaut Cave on Argonaut Isle. And you can do the Fifoids in the cave by the wave event that includes all of the Sabakuma. But this is far more efficient. You go in, you pick it up, you just massacre the mob, and then you come back and you turn it in, and it's that simple. So we're gonna run down to we're gonna run down to negate it. I'm gonna take like 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we're gonna do the whole Yogg quest. So let's cancel out these guys. We're gonna pull up our old journal, which is still accessible using the J key, even though they took the button away, which is kind of silly, but whatever. $50 pit tokens. Oh, from Fort Fury. You know, I haven't spent enough time at Fort Fury. I really need to do that. I love how this guy actually, like, he's like, oh, you're beating up some Yoggs again. It's like, yes, I'm beating up the Yoggs again. Okay, guys, I will be back in 5 minutes or less. Please stand by. Yes, I did go AFCON a live stream for just a moment. I am back. Pouring myself a little scotch. Let's go hunt some giant spiders. We did get the... Okay, good. We do have the daily. And I've got the leprechaun out. Who will have to be fed again soon. Oh. There we go. And we've got 201, which makes figuring out how many it takes really easy. I'm just going to mark this on my handy-dandy Excel spreadsheet so I don't forget. Thanks, A. And how's it going, horse? Wow, I haven't even started drinking yet. I don't remember killing the first one. That's not a good sign. Oh, wow. 521, that's pretty good loot. Let's say I started this at 9:18 local time, so 21:18. We're gonna see how long this takes and how many mobs it takes. With the weaponry I'm using. Global! 26 ped. Fantastic. For those of you playing the home game, that's $2.60 USD. Getting ready to go to work, yeah. Thankfully, my workday is over. At least my 9 to 5 workday is over. You know what? Let's take out the level 7 perforator. Out of range. There we go. You know, I can't decide whether these guys are arachnids or insects. They've got 6 legs, and they've got the 2 forward ones. But the forward ones, they could be regular legs, or they could be like the... If you look at a spider, they have the 2 little... They're almost like extended fangs, but they're almost prehensile. But they're not part of their actual mouth. But considering, I think I would classify this as an arachnid. If I had to make that decision. I wonder if I use the, oh, thank you, Victor. I wonder if I use my Investifo, if it would tell us. Jammed. There we go. That's not a bad idea. Let's Investifo one of these suckers. And while we're throwing fireballs at him... Okay, so medium health, minimal damage... Good agility, intelligence, psyche, stamina, all pretty standard. Yager is a mysterious creature resembling a big arachne. So, okay, so they actually say that it resembles an arachnid, but with a deformed human-shaped head. All clues point out to a bioengineered species. Yeah, no shit. I'm not sure I consider this human-shaped. Demonic? Well, I guess it's kind of human-shaped. if you think about it. Evidence was found of cultists dabbling in advanced transgenics. DNA samples revealed a mixture of arachnid and human DNA. DSEC military advisors refer to these as biotanks, pointing this out as a clever way of creating low-maintenance, self-repairing weaponry and excavating biotools. Is it the machine? Suggesting we should allocate further resource to research this advanced transcendent creature for our own purposes. Yogs are not only biotanks employed by cultists, but also effective excavation tools. Exploration Jones caught video footage of a group of Yogs carving out a tunnel with a speed that puts some of the best DSEC equipment to shame. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I wrote a whole book on why this using bioengineered... Well, I used insects, but bioengineered bugs is a bad idea. Like a whole fucking book. I need to get that sucker back up on... Well, I used to have it on hard copy, but I need to get it up on Kindle. And if you don't believe me, you can go to Amazon and look up Ghosts of the Past by Julian McBain, and you will find it there. There are some used copies still out there. This one's actually going a bit faster than I remember, but it might be because I've... You know why? Because when I started the dailies the other night, I was already short on time, and so I never finished. Tonight I actually set aside the time. Okay, that's not entirely true. I kind of live streamed on a whim tonight. I knew I had the extra time, and decided that I would just take the time to do it. I do think it would be interesting that, you know, and I say that, you know, I wrote a whole book on why bioengineering insects or arachnids to do work for us is a bad idea. And I did, where the whole concept was just a terrible idea. Just like, you know, we have, what is it, 6 whole movies now on why we should not bring the dinosaurs back to life. But at the same time, I can't deny that there's a certain... novelty to using the resources that Mother Nature has already created and making it so that it can do more work, as opposed to creating all of these gigantic machines. Why not use the very essence of life to be able to do these things? Because I mean, look at some of the best tunneling creatures out there. Trapdoor spiders build these huge tunnels relative to their size. Now, of course, the drawback to bioengineering a trapdoor spider to dig a tunnel that's useful to us is that it would, one, require a food source that is of consummate size, and more importantly, if it's building a tunnel that big, its preferred food source would probably be us. Hence why it's a bad fucking idea. On the other hand, it could mean that hunting them becomes a new hobby. I can hear the steps of my leprechaun in the background. He's just dancing around back there. Jesus. There we go. So I know that the number has fluctuated up and down between 8 and 7, so I don't know how many of you are new or just because of the way YouTube works, but if you're just popping in, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the manor. I don't know. I know that there are tameable yogs. I might have to grab a whip and actually try to tame one of these suckers. Because there are people running around with yog pets. Which means there's got to be a tameable one around here somewhere. And I've never tamed mobs before, so I don't even know how to do it yet. It's on my list of things to figure out. And I know you have to use a whip. But I don't know if you just attack them, and then if they're tameable, they automatically tame, if your taming skill is high enough. I don't know if it's a random chance, and they're technically a drop from their own bodies. I don't have that information. I need to do some research into it. Thanks, Victor. Have a good evening, and may Ludius be with you as well. A team hunt isn't a bad idea. That is a good idea. I'll have to figure out the scheduling for that. We'll do it all live, I think. And then I know at some point I need to get a hold of Lore Spade and Obble Dude. Because I've talked to each of them about doing some collabs. Kat, thank you for joining me. Although I have the feeling you've been lurking in the background for most of the live stream. Global! 22.26 ped. Not bad at all. I know, I'm easy to please. A 22 ped global makes me happy, but it's a global. Even a 5 ped global makes me happy. Because if I'm getting a 5 ped global, it means the average drop is under 1 ped. And yes, I will end up going back to Cali at some point. It's only February. I don't remember, did I come here before the new year? No, it couldn't have been before the new year. I must have come here just after the new year. So I've been here, have I been here a whole month yet? I don't know. Although I could probably go back through my videos and figure it out. Because I know I was on Argonaut Island going, you know, I'm planning on doing it, and I want to do it, and I should do it, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. And off to Monria I flew. But now I'm really invested. I want to spend some serious time here. And the other planet I need to go back to, of course, is Cyrene, which is my other home. Down here. And this year I probably should visit the one planet I haven't spent any real amount of time on, and that's Entropia. If for no other reason than to get a keg of beer and bring it back to Calypso, because beer is banned on Calypso, just to be in it. Just to be that guy. It's like, here, have some beer. Thanks, Victor. Only problem is on Rocktropia, I've got to turn the music off. Because all of the music that Never Die put on there, I don't know if he licensed it. I gotta assume he licensed it, but there's like a lot of copyrighted music on Rocktropia. And he must have licensed a lot, like he even uses the name Motorhead. Which, from what I understand, Motorhead has actually done concerts in Entropia universe, so Never Die he must be tight with them, or at least have an in. I don't know if they do live concerts or anything like that anymore. That's something that I probably should check out at some point. And of course, one of the other aspects of Rocktropia is there's hell. And then another thing I should do at some point is I need to go to Arcadia. I need to go to Arcadia just so I can do Arcadia Underground. Because I know I'm of the level that I can do it. I've just been too lazy to go there. Which is stupid, because I own part of it. So I really should probably visit my investment and see how everything works. I've got, what, 85 Arcadia Underground deeds? Yeah, 85. Which my goal for this year is to bring it up to 100. So I get 1 ped per day. Currently I'm getting, although it's been really good lately, 255 here, 340 here. This month is going to be a really good payout. But you know, this is the investment I made. I've invested in Arcadia. So I should at least spend some time there. I've never even been there. It's kind of like when Queen Victoria became Empress of India. She never visited, but she was the Empress. Figured that one out. Oh, is that a Lancer? A spear. It's like a hover motorbike. Motorbike? Did I just really call it a motorbike? It's a fucking motorcycle. It's a jet bike. It's an Elder jet bike. Warhammer 40k reference. We're doing pretty good. How are we for... We should be okay for durability. We're still at 20. Skills haven't really gone up enough to really affect it. I know, I'm impatient. Let's see where we're ranking on the Entropia universe search. Wow, I'm not even ranking. That's okay. Kinda makes me sad. Like, I was hoping to be ranking a little bit. Oh, I guess I am popping up on recommended though, so that's a good sign. I'm always curious about that. Like, I still haven't figured out the whole YouTube algorithm thing. But it's the second largest search engine in the world, which is owned by the first largest search engine in the world. So they've got to have some sort of complex thing in there to calculate where a person deserves to be on their ranking. Ooh, is that what I think it is? No, that's a penetrator, which just sounds dirty. I know there is a named Yogg out here. We haven't run into it tonight, which is kind of surprising. Oh, we might have. Did I run into the level 11? I don't remember running into the level 11. We might not have. So far we've had to kill 36 of these guys, and we're about 1/3 of the way through? I mean, I'm glad that they give up 2 daily tokens per. I couldn't imagine trying to do all of the dailies here as someone who's just fresh off the block. It would all be shogs, and they only give up... The Shoggoth daily only gives you 1 token, to my knowledge. Which is fine, because, you know, you have to do the skills grind. You can't just pop in and expect to be able to kill everything. It'd be like being on Calypso and expecting to immediately jump in and hunt thief boys. If you try to do that, you're being an idiot. But at the same time, it's like, wow, I can only imagine the grind. But, I mean, this is Entropia Universe. This is what we sign up for, is the grind. It is what we do. It is, it is. I did not mean to stop attacking. Yogskin, which sounds terrible, but it's worth good money. We might actually have to cycle our ammo here pretty quick. We've got 500 more shots before I have to really actually have to do it. Come on, one more. There we go. You know, it's funny. I spend all my spare time in an MMO that is probably the grindiest MMO on the planet. No, not probably. I guarantee this is the grindiest MMO on the planet. And that's not a complaint. Because, well... Obviously, it's not a complaint because I wouldn't be playing it so often if I was going to complain about it that much. But I've been rereading a manhwa, which is a Korean manga, basically, called The Gamer. And it's a webcomic, so you can get it. You can go to webtoons.com, and I think it's webtoons.com, and read it. Just look up The Gamer webtoon, and you'll find it. The translation isn't terrific. It gets better over time as the translator, either the translator got better or they changed translators, it doesn't matter. But it's about this guy. He's a senior in high school or a junior in high school in Korea. He's Korean because it's a Korean comic. And he finds himself... His life turns upside down, gets flipped, turned upside down, when all of a sudden his whole life becomes an MMO. Like, he can see levels and names over his classmates, and actions cause him to get XP, and it's this whole thing. And it's kind of awesome. It is. And he's just like, what the fuck? I used to play games and now I can't because my whole life is a game. And it's like, okay, you're complaining? And it just keeps rolling. It's a really good manhwa. There's something like 400 episodes now. I started reading it back when it was like really, really new. I think there were only 30 episodes when I started reading. And I'd read through part of it. I'd read through the whole thing, and then I'd wait a while, and I'd read through it again, and I'd wait a while, and then and that was before it was licensed here in the US, and it got licensed by Webtoons. And I had to wait while they caught up with things. But it's all good stuff, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm just rereading it, and I've just been sucked into it. I kind of had to like force myself to take a break. Because if I get sucked into a good book or a good webcomic, I'll do nothing but read it. All my whole spare time will be sucked into it. And I won't stop until I'm done. You know, I have that problem with this comic. I did it with 8-Bit Theater. which is another web comic. It's a sprite comic, in fact, because it's all Final Fantasy 1. Fucking hilarious. I've done it with the Irregular Art Magic High School. Global! 30 pet. Whole bunch of animal eye oil. That is awesome. That's $3 US. Got all this loot. Holy shit. The Irregular Magic High School, in fact, was not licensed in the US, so there was... In the US, we consider it pirated, but in Japan, it's illegal, because if it's not translated into that language, no one's licensed it, they don't give a shit. And then they got licensed, and I had to wait like 3 years for them to catch up. And so, I'm finally caught up, and I got all the way through the section that I was actually through, and I gotta wait till March for the next installment. I'm like, fuck. But that's okay. But no, yeah, I've been reading it, and so of course I think about my own MMOs as I'm reading it, and it's like, can you imagine getting? It's just like watching Sword Art Online. It's like, can you imagine getting sucked into your game? Out of all of them, EU is probably the most realistic as to how it would, if you were to get sucked into a game, it would be the most realistic one, because you just gotta grind the fucking skills out, man. Life is a grind. The game is a grind. Embrace the grind. That's all there is to it. You just gotta be willing to grind it. We are over halfway there. I might need to pop another skill pill. And my 3-day loot pill is starting to run out. I've only got 16 hours left. It's only been active for like 2, 3, 4 weeks. I think I only have one of those left, though. Yeah, 3 days. Only one, and I've got 2 of the 1 hour and 15-minute ones. I think I'm going to save the 3-day one for the next Mayhem. I don't know if I'm doing Easter Mayhem yet. I like to. But we'll find out. We better be careful. I don't want to get too deep in. How far away from... Oh, wow. Look at that. And there are going to be more of these guys in here. Respawns. I mean, if it comes down to it, we can always pop Sleep here and just jump over them. But we're getting there. How much time do we have left on? Oh, for Pete's sake. 3 minutes left on the skill pill. I'll have to pop another. Because I'm pretty sure we have a solid 20 minutes left. I might make level 11 tonight. That would be pretty awesome. Level 11 pyrokinetic. Come on. Look at all that cyclage. I should pay more attention to what I start with. But we've been doing pretty good. Oh shit, I forgot to remove these from my inventory when I last calculated. I'll have to remember to do it without counting them. Because that'll fuck with my Excel spreadsheet. And I've been focused, really focused on efficient hunting. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not going to say that it's perfect, but I'm doing pretty good. For this year, I'm still in the money. In fact, I haven't dropped into the negative this year, but I'm still operating off of last year's funds. To wit, I ended last year 6,800 pet in the hole. Yeah, 6,800 pet in the hole for last year. And the year before that, I ended 1,641 pet in the hole. So you can imagine, you know, any gains this year are fantastic, but one, are probably going to be short-lived, and two, are going to be slow gains. And I'm trying to make up for all of that backdrop. Now, it helps that Monria has a much better loot table than most other planets. It might even be better than Syrene's. But it doesn't mean it's perfect, and it doesn't mean that I can't get, you know, I can't screw it up. That one just like randomly went straight up in the air. And I know sometimes it's the graphics, but that one, I didn't see any damage pop off on the yacht. So, whoo! I'm like, oh, huh, I missed. Let's kill the one that's closer to me before I go after the one that's way in the back. And we are back down to 3. That's okay. We've had a good stream so far. At least in my opinion. I'd probably do better if I was smart enough to like pre-announce this shit. But you know. I'm still not in a position to be able to schedule live streams. Which would be awesome. Oh, there it is. The acuity of preparation. That's a different one. That's new. Hang on. Let's see if I can't take you out first. I might pull the level 16 with a higher level weapon just to pull it. I'd prefer not to though. Okay, skill pills run out as soon as this dredger's done. But we're taking out that level 16. Got him. Come on. Pick him up. You are big. Oof. Okay, now we don't have to worry about interference from anyone else. My evade's keeping me good. Hi, Ian. Wrong Google account, be right back. It'd be really awesome if I got a global off this one, but I doubt it. I don't count on that kind of fortune. Come on. Kill the named monster. Come on, we're almost there. I like to kill him without having to heal. And boom. Whoops. There we go. $258. It's a 2 and that's a 1. What's the DPS on this? It's only like 3.7. Yeah. That is okay. We don't have a huge amount left on this daily. That's good too. Hey Vast. Dogs are going pretty well. We've killed 67 tonight. We're seeing how many it takes to finish the daily. How's it going for you? After all this is over, I'm gonna have to add up to see what kind of loot we got for the day. Yep, that's what I'm aiming to do, is earn my horns. Not sure if it's gonna happen this year, but I'm going to make a valiant effort at it. I at least want to get some of the chapters this year if I can. I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll stay here most of the year. I do want to get back to Cyrene because it's a goal of mine to visit Cyrene every year, and I know that I need to spend some time going to Entropia. I haven't done Entropia yet, but you know what I mean. Yeah, wait, oh, Shoggoths? Yeah. But I mean, the chapters are super rare. It's supposed to be a really tough quest to finish, so I get it. I do. But it's no different than trying to do the Iron Puny challenge with its 16,600 mobs. Which I know doesn't exist anymore because we've got the Codex now, but at the same time, it's the same idea. Ah, which means you couldn't stream or put videos anywhere except on Calypso Companion. And let me guess, you have to be on Calypso a certain amount of time for that contract. Honestly, I would enjoy Entropia more if it didn't bring back a whole bunch of memories of the 80s. I was a kid in the 80s. I remember the hair. I remember the hair bands. No, I know that Calypso Companion is a fan site. But I also know that their contract is rather interesting. Yeah, they did. But it wasn't the right time, nor was it the right direction that I wanted to go. Got nothing against them, more power to them. And I have to admire their hustle. They've got really good hustle. We got quite a bit of loot tonight. Between the cultists and the Yogs. We'll have to add up that. Holy buckets. 42.95 animal eye oil. I have hunted a metric shit ton of Panleon on Cyrene. Ah, Persecutor of the Abyss is here. Panleons are probably my favorite thing to hunt because I've got really good luck with them. But I'll hunt anything on Cyrene. I spent time with my Buchan spare rifle and just hunted the level 2 dusters I'll spend hours doing that. I've also gone over to actual duster territory and fought them in their region. And that's all good stuff. But if I'm just doing casual hunting, Panleon's all the way. There's an island on Cyrene, it's all Panleon. I'll spend all night there, just go back and forth. Harvesting Panleon. It's got a great loot table. So the reason why is, so when I first visited Cyrene, Cyrene was the first planet I visited after Calypso. I fell in love with the place. I don't know why. Because there was a lot of frustration there when I first started there. Like, and you can go back in my vids, you can watch it, and I was like, nope, I'm done, I'm leaving, this is terrible. And I was like, okay, wait a second, I didn't give it a fair shake. So I gave it a fair shake, and I just fell in love with the community, and I fell in love with the way the planet was organized. It was just a terrific place to be. I really, really, really enjoy Cyrene. And for me, as a player, even though I didn't start there, I kind of consider it my quote-unquote home planet. If I had to pick a place, if they said, okay, you gotta pick a place to live, you can't go anywhere else, I would probably choose Cyrene. And honestly, I'm really hoping that Cyrene is able to open up like apartments and stuff like that, because the two places that I would own apartments on are Cyrene and Monria. I'm on Monria now. This is one of the two places I would quote-unquote live. Cyrene's the other. And I've actually written fiction on my website at mcbainmanor.com. I've written Cyrene Planet fiction. I've started a story for Monria. I haven't really finished it yet. I'm working on it. That is something I'm going to be working with, but shit takes time, you know? And see, yeah, your home planet's Monria, or not Monria, Arcadia, so you're good to go. You feel the same way. You find a place that really speaks to you, and that's your quote-unquote home. Put on a bandage, my freaking fingers started bleeding from dry skin. Is that another? Nope, just a level 6. I love how you got little level 6 ransackers and the penetrators. Service! Or Careless, technically. Welcome to the stream. It would be awesome if we made level 11 pyrokinetic. Don't think it's gonna happen. We don't have quite enough mobs left, but it would be cool. You're grinding Vixens, eh, Vash? Did anyone else see the double entendre there? I'm a terrible person, oh my god. Nice. Congratulations, service. Are you... So you're on Monria, so you've been crafting here? Oh, you probably did all of the, beginner missions. Is this your first time in Monria? Come on. This might be the last mob. It was the last mob. Excellent. Let's jump to negate it, and then we're gonna find out exactly how we did tonight. World's worst landing job. As a former pilot, I am ashamed of myself. Okay, now I'm done. You've already taken my hope for no, never mind. Be off with you, Shu. Yes, I know, you love these giant spiders. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Let's see, so if we were... Oh, wow, I actually cut into my mind essence. So we're going to end up with 136 left. So let's go over here and use the quote-unquote terminals, the people. Repairman, 303. It's 12 Feb. Which actually isn't a bad repair bill at all. And 68.89. We did really good. Especially considering I think I went through 50 ped worth of ammo. No, yeah, about 50 ped worth of ammo. So, we're doing pretty good. That's good stuff. Holy shit. You will get no complaints from me. Kind of move all this over. I know I could have gone through the process of like calculating everything and really gotten a good number, but maybe I'll do that next time. I didn't think of it. So, okay. Guys, that is it for me tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. And then also, please consider becoming a patron. Go to patreon.com/JulianMcBain if you're interested. You will get a copy of The Modern Entropian, my ebook from the site, if you become a patron. And I am currently working on an ebook called Personal Finance for Gamers, which of course will come out as soon as I'm done. It'll either be April, May, or June. I'm aiming for June, and then my goal is to eventually get even better than that. So, guys, I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for joining me today. Vast, my starting, I don't really have a solid number on it. I wasn't smart enough to really record it. I should have, and that was definitely my bad. But I think next time I'm going to do that. So, again, my apologies. I didn't think to do that, but it is what it is. Thanks and have a great day.